How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got my buddy Tim over today and we are going to get some work done on the EP3 Civic today, so let's roll that intro and get into it. All right, so what are we doing today, Tim?
Well, I believe there's someone who wants the transmission out of the EP3.
Yeah.
So we're gonna rip the whole trans, engine, everything out of that sucker. But first we gotta get her, are we running it?
Oh yeah, we're driving this beast.
So we're gonna run the car into the garage and then do a compression test.
Yeah,
Make sure the motor's fine.
Hopefully she's healthy. It's only got about 100,000 kilometers on it, so it's basically brand new.
It's been taken care of its
Yeah.
whole life, so should be good. And then start stripping things. This is our first time on this type of chassis, so
yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
It'll be interesting. I think our record for a Honda engine pull is like 2.5 hours. This might take a bit longer because it's a different experience, but we'll see what happens. So
hoping things aren't rusted and corroded together, because that'll make it a pain. But
they really shouldn't be because it's low mileage and it was garage kept, but who knows. So yeah, we got the compressor out here. We're gonna fill up the tires. I got my trusty steering wheel right here because I decided to sell the OEM one. So we're gonna see how this goes.
no need for the Hyundai because the tires are still full.
Perfect.
So Matt, you got to open the Lambo doors and install your steering wheel. You know, you got 2 cars with Lambo doors on your yard right now.
Yeah, not very many people can say that.
That's
oh,
amazing.
it stinks in here. Smell that?
Oh!
That's like mice.
Did you just fart and then make me walk into
not.
it?
That's not my brand.
Oh, that's gross.
This is a trick I learned from my dad. You don't got a steering wheel, use a vice grip. You don't got a seat, spare tire works just fine.
So there's always a way. Or there's a tool, there's a way.
A little bit tighter.
Yeah, you don't want to be destroying those.
Especially at speeds of like 80 miles an hour.
Sure.
We don't want to be losing our steering
Goodness, it stinks in here. It's
so bad.
I think that's dead squirrel.
Like when you watch Mighty Car Mods and you hear Marty and Moog talk about how bad their cars stink all the time.
We never really get that here, but
For
I'm
real,
feeling
that
it.
is this today. That is bad.
I think that's dead squirrel. I've killed some squirrels accidentally, and that's what they smell like. All right.
There we go.
Yeah, it's loud. First ride, that started pretty well. That is so loud. That's so loud, Matt.
All right, so now that we know that the engine runs good, it shifts into first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. We're going to do a compression test now before we get started pulling anything. So Tim's taken out one of the spark plugs, and I've already come under here, and I have removed the fuel pump fuse from there. So we should be able to get a fairly decent reading. So let's get on with the test, and hopefully this engine is mint.
Check these plugs out. Hey, Mike went extra. You put the triple tip on there.
Race car.
Don't even know this brand. Do you know Biru?
No.
Never seen that before. Compression test cylinder 1. Make sure it's not in gear, eh? Just in case she fires up. So we're looking at 60, 70, 80, 180 PSI.
That's good.
That's strong.
All right, so compression test is done. I think we're about 180 PSI across the board.
Very strong.
Very healthy engine, so very happy with that. I snapped a picture of each cylinder with the gauge on there still, so whoever buys this engine can buy with confidence knowing that it's a healthy engine. Plus the video I have of it running. So right now we are removing, what was that? And
this is like it's called a hot wire system, so I don't know exactly what it does, but it's just like replacement spark plug wires for a car that uses coil on plug. But anyways, where did you put it, Matt? It was over here.
oh yeah.
So I was just taking off an adapter that...
This is the dealio here.
So it mounts your coil packs, and then from the coil packs, you run a spark plug wire to the cylinder like an old school spark plug.
And then it's got these crazy grounds, so one for every spark plug wire that you ground to the valve cover.
I imagine the idea is that it's producing more energy, more spark. I don't know.
Maybe it's more heat? I don't know.
Who knows, right?
Knology is the brand. Knology like hot wire system.
I imagine this was something that was popular in the early mid-2000s, and for that was just one of those things that...
Just another race car piece.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can find a buyer for that too. Maybe we'll sell it along with the engine. But yeah, we're just going to plug along here. We're just going to start disconnecting random stuff, and then hopefully that AC system is evacuated. They should have done that.
Well, we should be able to
before we bought it.
Take the compressor off and push it aside.
Yeah.
We'll try that.
There's not a whole lot of room, so I know normally with these they drop the subframe and drop it from underneath, but we're going to try to go from the top if we can. But yeah, we're just gonna have to kind of make this one up as we go because we've never done one of these before.
Yeah, it's a new chassis, so new adventures. It'll be fun though. We like struggle.
Yeah, I guess.
We like pain.
That freaking bird won't shut up.
It's gonna go here for now.
Oh, we're gonna make a big mess.
You know what? I'm gonna let it go like that. Instead of taking the cock all the way out, we'll just do that.
Your pull-out game is weak, Tim.
Oh man. Is it called a peacock? A petcock? Or what is the name?
I would call it a drain plug.
Yes. This is probably not the right way to do it, but...
There's wronger ways to do it. Yes.
Yeah.
Pull-out game is on point.
Here we go today, yeah.
Tim.
It's not in bad shape. Put some slim fans on there for you, man.
I don't think that's slim enough for what I need, but
No,
that'll make someone happy. All right, Tim, we found a way to make more room when we're pulling this engine out, eh?
Yeah, we haven't had this opportunity before in any of the chassis. Although the 240SX, didn't we not? We do a little bit of saw blade action, but...
We customized that front end a bit, but
this
look at
car
that.
Came from Honda, designed to be taken apart like that, so that's going to help us get this motor out a lot easier. We got a lot more room here. We might not even have to take the AC condenser off.
I hope not, because when you buy a vehicle from an MPI auction, they're supposed to release all of the refrigerant, but they apparently didn't do that because when I went to open the nozzle there was some pressure. So...
Yeah, not now, but we heard it before.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a tst when we loosened that off, and I don't want to mess with any of that garbage, so we're going to try as best we can to leave everything from the AC system intact so we don't have to deal with any of that stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're going to go ahead and keep taking connectors and hoses and all that apart, drain the oil, and then keep going from there.
Yeah, nothing too interesting, just taking a bunch of stuff off the engine before we pull it off, so let's keep cracking. Alright guys, status update. We got the AC compressor off of the engine, which has allowed us to kind of move everything out of the way without really disconnecting any of the lines.
All electrical connectors are disconnected, so Matt spent a lot of time disconnecting it at the ECU. And
a lot of time and frustration.
Oh, a little bit of frustration.
Yeah, I may have thrown a few things. We got the ECU here. Engine harness there. You got the shifter cables disconnected, right?
Shifter cables disconnected.
Yeah.
Axles are out.
Oh yeah, axles are out. That's a big one. Yeah, a lot of it is just now motor mounts, I think. We're going to start kind of pulling and seeing what we all missed. And then we'll just kind of disconnect it as we go when we start pulling up. So,
I feel like we haven't removed any vacuum lines yet.
No, nothing at all.
Weird, so maybe this car doesn't have vacuum.
I don't know, and also this car has electric power steering, so there was no power steering pump or anything to worry about. making a mess, so that's good.
Oh, fuel supply in return.
Yeah, okay, that's something we missed. So
And I'm working on a ground right now, so there's a couple small little things that we're gonna have to find and take out, but other than that, motor mounts, lift her out.
I think we're on the home stretch here. Actually, we've only been working on it for like 2 hours.
Yep, pretty good progress
It's like
so far.
8:30 right now. I think we got started around 6:30, so that's not too bad. So we're just gonna keep cracking.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is where we're at now. We've been working at it for about another half hour. Got the engine hoist hooked up. We're just disconnecting the slave cylinder and clutch line. We got a couple of motor mounts to go, and we're gonna start hoisting. So yeah, it's getting done in record time. I'm surprised it was as easy as it was, especially since we're not really experienced with the K-Series, but yeah, not too bad. She's going good. Nothing was really difficult or rusted in place, so that helped a lot too.
Yeah, I think so far this has been our quickest motor pull.
Probably,
and
because
it's the first time we've done this. So.
everything else that we've done has been on older cars, so stuff's usually rusted or whatever. We have some kind of a problem, but this has gone pretty smooth. So a couple more things to do, and then we're going to start hoisting.
Like that's...
You do a time lapse to save time.
Yeah. No.
Well, Tim, that's the fastest we've ever removed a K20 from a car.
That is definitely the fastest I think we've removed any K, H, J, B, D, C, F,
G.
All right, bro, you're already out of the garage? You going back? She'll roll.
Electric car.
Yeah, they're quiet these days. Gonna need a push?
That's as far as she's going to go.
Because we're going
Right back where it was, if possible.
a long way. Ah, we can push it. You and I.
And that is the EP3's final resting place, where we will strip it the rest of the way someday. Alright guys, it is the next day now, and me and Tim got a majority of the work done yesterday, so we got the engine and trans pulled out of the car, and we were able to push the car back into the backyard, so it is at its final resting place now. All that's left to do is to separate the trans from the block now, because the guy's only interested in the trans and the axles. Thankfully the axles are in very good shape, so I'll be able to sell those to him as well. So I'm going to get started on this right away. Not too interesting, I'm just going to loosen off all the bolts. There might be a few other connectors and stuff that I got to take off the trans, but other than that I'm just going to split it from the block and then it'll be good to go. Alright guys, so I got the trans separated from the block now, and I was also able to get the clutch and pressure plate off. The guy was interested as well to know what the condition was, and it actually seems pretty good. I don't see any like major heat marks or scoring or anything like that on the flywheel, and there's actually a lot of material left on the clutch disc as well. If we have a look at it here, doesn't look like there's any major damage or anything to it. And looking at the pressure plate, it actually looks really good. No major scoring or anything there either. So just talked to the guy. Sounds like he's interested in buying the trans and the clutch and pressure plate. Sounds like the axles that I have will not work for the swap that he's doing. So he's going to leave those, but they are in really good shape. So I should be able to sell those to someone else. So yeah, he's going to come by probably this weekend. He's going to grab the trans and the clutch, and then we'll see if we can get this engine cleaned up a bit, and then maybe we'll be able to sell that soon too. But yeah guys, that's gonna wrap up the video for today. Thanks for watching. I think I got a lot accomplished here. Getting the engine pulled out of the EP3 was a big project that I wanted to get done, and now it's finally done, and we have the car parked in the backyard where we can do the final strip, and then hopefully we can bring in a lot of cash and we'll be able to fund Frankenstein and get it mint. So thanks for watching. Definitely give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. Drop us a comment below, let us know what you think, and definitely subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next time.